from Louisiana.
Uncle Willie.
And I sat him down and I did a mini Guitar Friends where he just told me stories of like how he scammed people out of money in the 70s. And I want to put it out.
Where is that?
It's on my hard drive.
Oh, that'll be the first one I ever listened to.
It's the most wild, like...
The wildest thing.
Okay, you know what? I'll put that one out after this. Okay?
That could be an
Apparently
asterisk.
we just started. I'm going to use that as a cold open.
Guitar Friends is on. Maybe you're in your car or mowing your lawn. Just turn it up. The Guitar Friends are on. The greatest podcast about guitars on. As long as you don't count all the ones that have big guests and are very intentional about actually having guitar-related conversations. Guitar Friends is on. This is Guitar Friends. With HW, Sooze, and John too. It's mostly about guitar, but also some other stuff will be discussed too. But it's most about guitar, unless we get distracted and talk about food or Teslas, or how annoying it is that Californians keep moving everywhere and bring their terrible ideas and ruin their state to Nashville. But no swing guitar.
Sooze, would you like to play us in?
Sure. You asked for dark neck pickup.
Yeah, can you turn off the overdrive that's on there too?
Oh, yeah, here.
Thank you. Oh, yeah. That's what I want.
Oh, yeah.
There it is. Dude, nobody plays guitar like you.
Play that again.
Nobody.
Play that again.
The whole thing?
Yeah, just start. Guitar Friends is on. Whether you're in your car or mowing your lawn. HW, Sooze, and John too.
It's great.
Yeah.
That's
nice.
I haven't
like a
heard
different-
you play guitar
yeah.
in a long time.
Oh, well, thanks, buddy.
great.
Two kinds. We're back,
We're back again.
Episode
Something.
59.
Yeah.
I'm not willing to commit to an episode number.
No.
Episode 59.
They will be numbered.
I think at this point in this podcast, they don't mean anything.
Right.
We've moved past
Yeah.
episode numbers.
Have we transcended numbers?
Yeah,
That's-
we've transcended
That's so
numbers.
like a year ago. Like, we don't even think.
This is episode triangle.
Yeah.
Just shapes
week-
now. Yeah,
Next
cylinder.
week, episode blue
Yeah.
will be dropping.
nice. Uh-huh.
So, John,
Yeah.
you have somehow existed on this planet without hearing of Helix Stadium.
And
Yeah.
you're connected to the guitar industry. Like
You
you
are
like
actually-
you're on this podcast.
You
you're a
guys, we
guitar
have
friend.
we have a text thread
right
with us and other people that do this same very thing.
really geary people.
very gear people.
So I'm just going to hand you...
and you guys were talking about stuff, and
Yeah.
I ignored all
Helix
of it.
made an
I'm
announcement.
going to hand you a phone now that has this new thing. You thought I was joking when I said stadium. You put it in the last part. You were like, are you serious?
the Helix Stadium.
Welcome to Helix Stadium, John. Now let me tell you why I
Hold on.
think...
Wait, hold on a second.
Okay, and then I'm going to tell you why.
Hold on.
He's shocked.
What? No, but why is there two of them? Are they two different things?
Stadium and Stadium XL.
Two products.
Oh, the
Stadium, John.
Look at this.
hold on.
It's
I'm
the
sorry,
opening.
Stadium is the name of the smaller one.
Well, that's
It's a
Stadium.
good point. He's right.
Stadium's big.
Yeah. It makes you think big.
What do you? Where? Hold on.
I'm going to tell you
Hold
why.
on.
I'm gonna
When
tell
someone is playing the biggest concert ever, what is that called?
It's a
You could
stadium
run-
tour.
Stadium
A
tour.
Listen,
yeah.
There's no such
But
thing as
listen.
a Stadium XL.
Well, the
It's
bigger one
because-
next door.
It's because what this thing can do, you can play a stadium with this thing.
I mean, I gathered that part.
It does a lot more than the initial Helix did. Okay, let me tell you why I think this is.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of looking at it.
It's a lot to take in.
There's a lot of ins and outs on this thing.
A lot.
I mean, hold on. Are we going to ignore the fact that the current Helix is enormous?
Well,
It's the biggest one.
So the new Stadium that's coming out is bigger than a quad Cortex, smaller than a Helix, and then the Stadium XL is like the size of a Helix.
But like half the weight too, isn't it?
Sorry,
like
say that again.
So they're like made out of lightweight aluminum now. The Stadium is larger than a quad Cortex but smaller than a Helix,
Okay.
and the Stadium XL is basically the size of a Helix.
Okay. So the Stadium is like the size of a Tone Master.
Probably something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's like a graphic online. People can look it up if they're really, really serious.
Okay.
I think this is the
So
new.
they're going to do capture tech?
There's capture tech that they called Proxy, and the logo for it is Dolly, the sheep. They're
Like
calling
a
them
clone.
Proxy clones.
Clone.
Yeah, they're calling them Proxy clones.
Right.
So,
Hey, that'll actually make the process easier of making profiles because the whole process of like tone matching things is stupid and I hate it. So,
well,
Tell
I
us
have
what
many
you really
customers
feel.
who really enjoy it. So I will.
no, look, I think it sounds pretty good actually.
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
Yes. I, know
I
what
think
you're saying,
the product is good in the end. I hate making them though.
and they
I don't like the process.
they hinted
of it.
pretty strongly it in the future could play NAM.
Oh, that's
And they
interesting.
said it was possible. It's possible.
I mean,
Jury was out.
play
right?
NAM
Yeah.
stuff, but
Why
jury's
wouldn't
out
it
if they're going to do it. And I think what that means is on a long enough timeline, we're going to do it.
Yeah.
But we don't want to talk about it yet because
it's kind of in their best interest to do that, to be honest.
I would think
Because
so.
that would make them like the Android. They already are like the Android of this whole world, and that would keep them in this like open source. Like,
Yeah.
we're plug and play to anything. You know what I mean?
So
Yeah.
so here's what they got. They
where
got
like
this
everyone
new-
else is like the Apple
Yeah.
of.
And they're like, get in here.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Basically, here's what they say this thing does. It's a new Helix. It's $17.99 and like $22.99, right? So like they're more expensive. The new Helixes are staying. The Helix is staying out, or like they're not getting rid of any stuff. No, do you know what I'm saying? What are you laughing at?
That's a crazy strategy.
Well, they moved the price of the regular Helix down to $1,200, and the LT I think is $800.
How
now.
many of these things have they made that they have to keep them on sale?
Well, no, they're not going. They're going to continue making them
Why?
because I think because
I
they
heard
want
them say this new stadium is a tier above their current.
Yeah.
So they're going to keep what they have.
and
but
they're
saying
going to keep supporting. So here's what they're the
No,
new when the new Helix Stadium comes out, it has new amp modeling. So this new engine that they're like, we have these new Agora amp models, but the effects are the same as the Helix that they have now. And so what that means is when they develop new effects, the old Helix stuff will probably get new effects that this thing gets in terms of effects, right? If you think about why that makes sense for them, the only problem that Helix has right now with making new effects is does it eat up so much DSP that it makes it difficult to incorporate these into people's rigs, right?
Yeah.
If I give you a brand new reverb, but it's 4 times the DSP of everything else, it might be difficult for you to incorporate it in your already existing.
Sure.
At this point, though, they have a solution now for that. So there's
Which is what?
if you need more DSP, go up.
Oh,
You get what I'm
see.
saying? So it's like they didn't have a solution. So before, if you tell a user, hey, I made this use great new effect, or this great new effect, I can do this and this and this, but you can't really incorporate it into a reasonable rig that you've already created, it's like bad for the user. It's like I got my favorite sound, but I can't use this new reverb. It maxes out because
But now that they have something more expensive to sell
now,
you,
and so now
makes
when they
sense.
make effects, they can probably go more heavy
it.
on the side, and
Yeah.
it provides updates for all the Helix stuff.
Right.
And I think they're trying to do this. They're trying to compete with. I have a unit over there. Do you see that unit under those pedals?
it's in a box.
Yeah, what's it called?
It has a bunch of pedals on the front.
Yeah, what's it called over there? Can you see that?
Nope.
Amplitude.
It's the one that plays NAM. It's the
Oh.
what's the brand that plays NAM?
Is that the one, the computer?
the little Chinese one. No, it's the
Hot tone.
Hotone is
Hot
one,
one.
but it's the other one.
I remember that conversation.
It's the other one. You know, they just released that little Tonex competitor.
More.
No, it's the other company.
Should I
Anyway.
take the 4 steps and grab it?
No,
Or-
it's more
okay.
fun
Could
if
if
we
you
don't.
want.
Way over there.
So anyway, it's over there, and that
Okay.
plays NAM. It converts NAM to its own format, and then you can play some NAM stuff on
Have you
there.
tried it yet?
No, it's just in the box.
It's in the box.
I just got it.
Next episode.
And so those things are coming out. So Helix is deciding they don't want to develop another Pod Go. They're just going to take everything existing in the line and push it down in price and make the tier above. So now it's like, okay, LT, let's make it compete with $700 units. You know, Helix, let's push it down to like $1,200.
Do you think they're going to have? Are they going to have all of their same? Like, is there strategy for the amp sound?
So there's a brand new Agora Tech amp model. So it's very fractal in that way, where they're like, we have a new thing. The old ones can't run it. This one can run it. It's more accurate.
Right.
They're saying it's way more accurate. They're saying it gets all these things better, and they put in a hype knob. And they go, the hype knob is basically like, this is accurate, but as you roll up the hype, we do things to the amp that might make it better, that probably make it sound more like what you wished it sounded like in your head. But the real amp isn't, maybe not
But
like
less
that.
accurate.
But it's the idealized version.
Yeah.
So here's why I like that. That could be, we change some of the EQ, we roll down the negative feedback.
Right.
We do this, we do that, we make it tighter. Like, we know what people are after when they want this amp, right? So we make it even tighter. We do this, we bring this up, we do this, all with the roll of a knob. It reminds me of the Kemper sweetness control, where the sweetness is actually an EQ curve it's more and more dramatic. And I asked Christoph, what is this sweetness? And he's like, it just adds lows and highs and makes it a little louder.
It's probably just like it's probably like an excite button.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
And so they're like, we got that now. And okay, that's that. Then they're like, oh, by the way, cloning, touchscreen. Then they got all this crazy stuff, dude, where basically they cloned Ableton and put it inside. You can like cue.
What?
It has a stem splitter. You can put in MP3s.
Looks like
split.
on a computer. It looks like
It's
it.
like Logic, because Logic has it. So why shouldn't Helix? It runs GTA 6. No, I was kidding.
That got him good.
I did. They told me it runs GTA 6, John.
Right. Now I'm in.
So
$2,200.
Here's what they did. They said, okay, you know how on your looper they're like,
When you see guitar players with like PS5 controllers,
Yeah, just like going.
it's like, hey, what is he doing?
so they basically gave us Ableton, where they were like, here, you can put in tracks.
Hold on, I'm sorry. What for? What purpose?
Because they know that a bunch of worship guys are running the Looptimus, running Ableton next to their Helix. So they looked at this and they went, the Helix could just do this for you.
I know, but like,
So here's why this is cool, though. Check out all this stuff you can do.
I know what you're gonna say.
You can take a track, or you don't have to use this stuff. I'm not going to use this stuff, but I think it's cool. Bro, this thing can send light, like you could run your lights.
stop.
Which, yes, because dude, because you can do it in Ableton. This is what they, but why? Imagine you're a cover band guy and you bring your PA and you set it up. Your Helix now goes, not only am I a guitar modeler, I'm as good as your Looptimus running Ableton on your laptop. I can do it. You can bring in an MP3, split it into stems for you. Like, John, you don't even
You know
need...
what this sounds like to me?
What?
You know what this sounds like to me?
Go ahead.
Imagine Tesla was like, you know what would be better? We're not going to build an off-road Tesla. People like to drive off the road.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to build an off-road Tesla. What we're going to build is a Tesla that has an asphalt machine on the front of it. And as you're driving,
wow.
it will make a road for you. This is the best thing ever.
No.
Now
I think,
you can
though,
drive your
I
Tesla
think the
anywhere.
difference is
That's
this.
wild behavior.
I think the difference is this. I think the
That's what
difference.
this sounds like.
I think it's less absurd than that, because they do have a lot of people playing covers. They do have a lot of people who are trying to do other things
think
while they're
it's-
playing the guitar.
No, look, it's one thing. Okay, this is coming from a guy who would 9 times out of 10, unless Sooze was also playing with me,
Yes.
I was the guy that they would say, hey, can you run tracks?
Mm-hmm.
And I never, ever, ever in a million years would want to conflate my guitar tone with cueing the rest of the band to do their thing. That is...
But here's what you
That's
do.
insane
no,
to
but
me.
listen, here's what you do.
That's insane.
Here's what you do. Here's why it's cool.
I
Okay,
love that.
let me tell you why it's cool. You know how we have made all those all those like all the worship presets with beautiful name and all, and
Sure.
all that stuff.
Per song, yeah.
You can input the click into your Helix and make all your tones change whenever the verse, when you're at the verse, automatically change to the chorus. That's exactly how Matt plays when he plays with Carrie Underwood. All of the cues go into his
I get
acts,
that.
and it
I get
changes the
that
tone
part.
for him, right?
I get that.
Wait, here's the other thing. Worship or not guitar player. We're guitar players, right? We often sit and want to play with stems or a band, or we play over a track. What Helix is saying is, if you want to jam with Neil Schon on a Journey song, you don't need to get Ableton. You don't need to get Logic. Your Helix. You literally drag in the WAV file. We will separate it, mute Neil Schon's guitar. You can jam with Journey. And that is where it's like, a ton of people actually play along with music. Yeah. Like a ton of guitar players want to do that. And now they're going, you don't need all that software. The stem splitter.
I get that.
People are charging stem splitters like $20 a month, $40 a month for really good ones. Now, is the stem splitter going to be great? I don't know. Is it going to pick out the 4 different tracks? Or is it going to jumble all the electrics? We don't know.
The AI-powered stem splitter inside Logic is pretty good.
It's good, yeah. There's one that I tried that wasn't that good. So, I mean, we'll see how good it is, right? Yeah. Another thing you can do when you are doing that whole thing, you can map it out so your tone changes. You know, your stems are going. You can map changes to your preset on there, and then you can also set up these loops where you can say, what I play at the first chorus, when I play it, play that loop again over at this section, so that when I do my first chorus, like it now automatically starts a loop,
multi-tracking,
records your guitar, and then plays that back, and now you're playing again.
I'm out, you guys. I'm out.
Well, anyway, okay.
You're not the target audience for this.
Honestly, this is kind of stuff. When I saw it, my first reaction was, how come I can't look at my sheet music on there? Please just show me my music, right? Like, let me see my chords, right?
Like, why doesn't it just play the guitar for you?
Well, it
too?
plays the stems for you if you want.
Yeah,
that's kind of an argument that it does. Yeah,
but you can do all this stuff on it, which is cool. I'm not sure.
I'm all okay. Listen,
I'm not going to use a lot of this,
no,
but
nobody's going to use all of it. The liability is too much.
This guy has to do this stuff, and when I'm looking at it, I'm going, if you have to,
are you going to do this?
If you have to learn. If you have to be there, the guy doing looptimus in this, you may go like this. You may go, dude, I wish I didn't have to hit 2 things. I wish I didn't have to just change to my chorus and then my bridge. If I can just drag 2 things onto my timeline and it changes my guitar sound for me automatically, that's how the guys do it in the stadiums.
It says it on the product.
It says it right there, John. It says it right there.
Take it on your stadium.
I'm sorry.
It says it right there.
I'm sorry. I hate all of this.
I don't know. Sooze, would you?
It.
I mean, does this sound appealing that you have one unit that can control everything? I mean, of course, you're going to have to make sure that you feel confident in doing it and that it's reliable. But
the Ableton thing, not at all. Not one bit. I would never run tracks from that.
Yeah.
But the rest of the stuff is really cool. It's almost replaces like a jam man.
Wait, could you tell me why, as someone who has to run Ableton?
Yeah.
Because you do that, right?
Yeah. It's mostly what you said. Like I get very afraid of Ableton, like taking a dump or like falling apart or hitting the wrong thing or whatever. So like I want to make sure that is separate and like running its thing or whatever. Right. Like I would hate to like hit an overdrive and actually start song 4 by accident, just like I want them to be separate. So like I'm here, but this and the rest of the band, they're good on a separate device. That's the main answer. Yeah.
Look, this is actually
What if you could literally plug in your Looptimus controller to Helix and all those commands are there and you still have your Helix controls right here?
And Ableton's still running on a computer?
Well, no, like I just mean you're running on the Helix, but imagine you're able to like segregate the stomps.
He's
not,
saying
like,
that
mix
if
them
you
up
remove
or
a different controller.
Yeah, if you remove the possibility of accidentally hitting the wrong button.
Yeah.
Where you have like a separate set of buttons.
I don't know. I would still like the separation of it. Even if my Helix goes down while I'm playing, like Ableton's still going, I think that alone would be worth it.
To me, this is okay. We talked about this on this podcast last year. We said, what is the possibility of you using your laptop as your guitar rig? It is actually possible.
Totally, yeah.
Right?
And now this is like, what is the possibility your guitar rig becomes a laptop?
This is
it is a laptop.
No, honestly, this to me is the opposite of that. Why don't you just make your guitar rig your laptop?
Yeah.
Like if I could send emails with my Helix, would I do it?
Like, like what's the
If
difference?
your WA, if you could use your WA to type in one of 26 alphabetic characters.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, it just sounds.
I really like the idea of using it, receiving MIDI from like Ableton running on a laptop for it to make changes. Like I could play for 20 minutes and never hit my Helix. It's constantly changing scenes
the
and
current
sounds.
Helix
That's cool.
could do that now if you set it up to.
Okay, it can get MIDI.
I mean,
and
you
all
could
that
do, you
stuff.
could make it do it. You know.
I think it's. I think there's a lot of. You just mentioned a lot of features that sound like a group of engineers got together and thought, what can we do?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they came up with a bunch of stuff. And actually that very, very much fits what Line 6 is.
So I think, wait, I got to tell you, I think a complete opposite. I think the comment section is going to be filled with a lot of people who go, I have to run both at my church. It's a relatively small church. We try to run tracks. I have to do both. Having it all in one. And I think the side, this is just my take. You might be right. But my take is also this. I think the amount of people who are going to start running some tracks from their Helix, who may be new people, because if you need to run track, let's say you're in a church and you don't really run tracks, and you're like, I want to start doing it. I'm the worship leader. I'm whatever, and you don't really do that yet. And if you can go watch a couple of YouTube videos, which will be made by Worship Tutorials, by Tone Shepherd, by all these people, if you can also go watch videos like how your Helix can run stems. You're probably more likely to do that than you are to go out and buy Ableton, learn how to do Ableton. You know what I mean?
You already have the gear.
So I think people are going to start.
Can we talk real quick about the actual technical like ramifications of doing all of this? So your guitar goes into your guitar signal. You plug your guitar into the Helix. Out of the Helix is going to have to come your guitar tone, and then
another stereo feed probably,
and then tracks in stereo. And then click, and then cues.
It has the I/O to do it, I'm thinking.
Like they're gonna have. I'm just saying, like this is not going to be a trivial.
Well, I think what they're going to do is utilize probably. You would probably want to send it some other way. So if you send it USB audio, then you would only need one cable, and you'll be able to send however many channels all separate, and everybody would be able to actually mix the click and the.
Is that how you do it now? When you run Ableton, you do like USB audio out.
Ours right now is off of Dante, so it's one cable.
Yeah,
but it's all it's like basically a audio over Ethernet.
And so you know, I don't know what to do. And maybe this is designed to not be a large. Maybe this is more. You know, it becomes like, you know, is the stem splitter for that, or is it more for practice? One thing they mentioned is with this stem splitter, you now can load in your IR, or you can now load in a WAV file. And now when you're creating your sound, you're actually listening via the band, not making it a guitar tone on its own and then it doesn't sound right with the band. Their point was like, add your guitar in with a band and actually make changes, and now you'll be able to
does it sound in the mix?
See how it fits. Right.
You can tell.
I think being able to load it, like aside from the worship and playing Ableton and stems and everything, I think just that is cool. Being able to bring in a WAV file and go mute the guitars because I want to play along with it, you know. And I think there's a lot of people. I don't necessarily always play along with classic songs like that, but I know a lot of people do. And you know, I'm never going to use half of this stuff, but
it's pretty wild.
It's in there. The cloning feature said that it can't. That they want to be able to clone not just audio, maybe even more than.
I did hear that,
which I was like, I don't even know what that means.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Sheep, maybe.
They want to clone more than audio.
I don't know. I have no idea what it means.
That's the next product.
I'm trying to understand what that means.
I don't know.
It was a little Easter egg.
I don't know.
What?
They want to clone. What else could you possibly? They want to clone. What? What else can you plug into a Helix that it could read?
Your mind.
You want to.
Your aura.
You want to clone like arbitrary software? I don't understand.
I don't know. Maybe.
What type of AI have they put into this thing?
Well, that's the other thing.
Scary.
So when you train so all the training is going to be done via cloud. So you're gonna, when you do this, it pushes up to the cloud, and then it will push back to your unit when it's done training.
And you can.
So you can just go.
So
they
on
were
and
like,
keep playing.
So they were like, good news.
They're gonna take all of that.
They were like, good news. You can just take
good
this.
news. Now we're gonna crowdsource all of our profiles going forward.
There you go.
They're gonna keep all of it, and then they're gonna train their own models on all of them.
Right. On everything coming in. Yeah.
Wild. Is that good or bad?
That's bad.
Ah,
Why is it bad?
Privacy.
but did we get better
What's
stuff?
private
in the
about
end?
my Plexi on 9 going into my...
Oh, no. It's the fact that they're just going to be...
Yeah.
Yeah, it's privacy.
Yeah.
They
But I
have
mean,
access to all of
They
our.
have access to
Yeah,
that.
they're
and
gonna
everything else.
and the idea being they'll probably train new amp models that they release
Yeah.
by looking at what everyone's doing and understand.
Exactly. Yeah.
So maybe they'll release new, idealized
It's like what Apple
Marshalls.
does. It's
or
like what
whatever,
Apple does,
you know?
right? So like, I don't know if you guys seen like the new feature set that's coming out with iOS.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So like I pay right now for an app called RoboKiller that I pay $100 a year for this.
Yeah, and
thing.
Apple built it in.
And Apple built in call screening, right? So that whole business now is
Yeah.
like, bye bye.
Yeah, this is the great thing about tech right now. It's a lot
Right.
of people's businesses become a feature and then they're bankrupt.
Exactly.
Right? It's like
Exactly.
this is
Right.
Sometimes you'll even hear that, like if you watch Shark Tank, every now and then you hear someone go that this isn't a business, it's a feature.
It's a feature of a business.
And then you realize like
interesting.
what they're saying is like someone's just going to copy you and you'll be done.
It'll be a part of their business,
Exactly.
not your
That's
whole.
exactly what Apple's done. They're
Yeah.
just building it into
Well,
iOS.
Apple and that's not new. Apple's been doing this for decades, right?
And Android has had this for a while, haven't they?
The call screening.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't care about.
Yeah.
that.
Isn't it amazing that Android can make
great
something?
answer.
But isn't it amazing that Android's like, here's an amazing feature and maybe why you should consider our phone. Someone else is like, we'll give it to you for $100 a month. And Apple users are like, sold. I would rather pay $100 a month and have this feature than even
To
consider buying
avoid
an
that
Android.
Android. It's so
Right.
true.
Have you used an Android phone lately?
Yeah.
They're like, I'd rather pay more for my phone and an extra $100 a month.
terrible.
just
Right.
I use this Android.
It's insanely more expensive.
But you're right. Yeah, Apple just built it in.
Well, that's crazy. I'm excited for you to get one and try it.
Yeah, touchscreen. Big old touchscreen. Some people are saying the touchscreen is too large, which I just thought, okay, I'm out.
can't-
I'm
that's
off the
Never
internet.
been
for
a,
the
that's
day.
never been a thing.
Right, give it like a 2 months.
That's
Yeah.
too large. Scribble strips. So the smaller Stadium will not have scribble strips, but the big Helix really just looks like a Helix 2 with the big.
Yeah.
I would prefer to have the scribble strips on the smaller unit, but I don't want that expression pedal.
I've heard that a lot from people. The perfect unit is the smaller one with the scribble
Yeah,
strips.
but I
Yeah.
think that means you have to make it bigger. And so then it probably,
Without
when you
the-
make that unit a little bit bigger, it starts to be like, this isn't differentiated enough.
But without the little expression
Right.
pedal thing, which
Yeah,
they
and I
sell
think-
separate now, right? There's like a whole, you can buy that thing separately now
if you want to add it to your
to the little one,
the little one.
which is strange, but
You can buy an expression pedal.
it's
That
the same
looks-
one that it's like matches the thing.
It like looks just like the big units one, like with
It's
the
wild.
same shape.
We're losing John more and more. This is such a sobering reaction to this release because so many people are excited.
Dude,
but
I
then-
think this is the
I'm getting a kick
I
out of
mean,
this.
I'm sorry. I look. This is coming. I've said it so many times. When I went on tour for the very first time, what was I touring with? I was touring with a Flextone 2 Line
Hughes and
6 head.
Kettner. Oh.
No, I was touring
Oh,
with
your
Flextone
early
2.
ones, yeah.
I was actually a Line 6. I was a huge Line 6 fan.
fanboy.
I was like, oh my gosh, this amp will sound like any other amp, and it sounds so good.
I said that
And
on
it
my
does this, and
Flextone.
it
Yeah,
does this, and it does this. Right? Then I spilled Dr. Pepper in the top of it, and that was the end of it.
that happens.
Right? And then I bought a tube amp, and I was like, oh wait, this sounds better.
I thought you were gonna say you
but
still-
here's the Hughes and
but,
Kettner.
but here's the thing. That was the Hughes and Kettner. But here's the thing. So I'm a fan of obviously technology, and I'm a fan of all of this stuff. I think Line 6 just consistently look. They are, to me anyway, and people are gonna get so mad about this, but it doesn't matter. They are the Android of.
I thought you were gonna say
this-
the Taco Bell.
no, they're the Android. Android. Look, people use Android because they don't like Apple, or they love customizing it to be whatever they want it to be, and that's what's most important for them.
And you feel this is that.
Yeah, and it's
See,
like, there is space in the market for a version of this that is a million things, and it can be anything that you can dream of.
Right.
There's space for that for sure. I don't like products like that. I like products that I can plug in and they sound good in 15 seconds.
I feel like Fractal is Android. This feels more Apple to me. Because it's
No.
it's like everything's at your fingertips. It's like easy to use. Android, like
See, I don't think it's easy to use.
no,
No, the Helix-
the Helix is beautiful.
No,
You just
dude, the
drag
Helix
stuff
is
in.
terrible.
What?
I'm sorry, the Helix
Have
is
you
terrible
ever
to
used
use.
a fractal unit?
No.
That is the real like
No,
tab, like you know.
I haven't.
You know, that to me feels like the real
Helix-
customize anything. Do you want to change the color
Yeah.
of the label on the back of your Marshall?
Right. No, look.
I can hear it.
Look.
I can hear
Yeah.
it.
Sounds better.
Fractal to me is more like the Linux operating system. You know what I mean? It's like,
I see that.
right?
Getting
Like,
deep,
oh,
deep down in there.
Like, oh, you want to compile your own kernel? Oh, cool. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like that's that,
Yes.
right? That's
Yes.
the fractal stuff,
Yes,
right?
I see.
So Helix and Line 6, they're the,
So who's Apple?
I don't know. They're all trying to be. I guess Quad Cortex would be Apple
Oh, okay.
it's like
I'll go with that. I'll go with
it's
that.
like the simplest. You
I'll go
plug
with
it
that.
in. It
Yeah,
sounds
yeah.
really good.
beautiful,
It's
yeah.
beautiful, but it's like it doesn't do this and it doesn't do that. And
Trying to plug in an iPod to a computer that did not have iTunes back in the day. Do you remember this?
Kind of.
Plugging in
yeah.
an iPod to a computer that did not have iTunes.
Yeah.
That is a little bit how it feels plugging in your Quad Cortex to your computer.
Oh, dude.
Because they're like, here, you can control it, but you can't control the things that are on it.
Right.
You can't. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's that kind of
yeah,
that kind of thing. I do see that. Okay, Quad Cortex is Apple. A lot of people are
I mean,
saying
maybe.
this is
Whatever.
the Quad Cortex killer for this reason. It's touchscreen. It has capture. It has a big library of effects, and it now has a little smaller unit. I think the QC size is still more friendly to put on a pedal board with other pedals. But I do think that Stadium, the smaller one, not the Stadium XL, that is the reason they want it to be that size, because they can make it they're going to make that one the same price as the QC.
yeah.
And it still, even though it's bigger than the QC, it's small. The buttons are not quite as close together, which some people do complain about on the Quad Cortex. They do claim, I wish
Yeah.
they were a little further apart. Like for live use, it gets a little. You do have to really do the point toe to get that second row. You know, it's
Yeah.
like
Sure.
which is funny because you look at the QC and you're like, if that little up had just been a little taller, it wouldn't look as sleek, but it probably would fix the issue. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they're trying to get it close to that size. I think the Stadium, it's really so that you can kind of still use it with some other stuff around it. You can get it on a larger pedal board. It's not so big, but it still can be an all-in-one. But to me, the Quad Cortex is really that, like, it's kind of that ideal size where it's like,
No,
it is like a big pedal.
I remember when I first
You know?
saw the Quad Cortex in person, and I was like, "Oh wow, it's a lot tighter. It's a lot smaller than I thought it would be."
Yeah.
And I think I made the comment years ago, like the Quad Cortex, like number of features per square inch is like massive. You know, it has more. It has so many things.
Like
so
a TPI, like tone per
inch,
square
is-
inch.
Tone
is
per inch
massive,
is high.
right?
TPI.
Yeah.
Now, like, I don't know. I mean, it'll be look. The problem I've always had with Helix is that I don't like the way they sound, right? And I like when we do tone matching IRs on the Helix. I think that sounds good, but like that's because we're modeling it after something that sounds like we want it to sound.
Yeah.
Right. So that's always the problem. So if they fix that somehow,
Sounds like that. This
And
is a huge game changer.
if
for
that's a
that,
huge
yeah.
game changer, then great. And I think, yeah, I mean, fine. And you know, all of the what's it called? All of the other features with like the Ableton and stuff. I mean, that seems crazy to me, but hey, if people want to, I get the whole Stadium thing, you know, like, oh, it can do all your channel switching and all of that for you.
Yeah.
They also,
Automated.
because of that new touchscreen, you can basically drag that mic around now, like you actually see a speaker,
sure.
and you got side and forward movements. No longer do you have to dial them in, and then the EQs look like the Quad Cortex, where you actually have a frequency, spectrum, and you're able to grab and raise up and lower, rather than what you have to do on the Helix right now, which is the typeface changes,
Right.
which are very difficult for users to understand conceptually. What am I doing to the EQ? There's a reason you want to look at an EQ.
Sure.
And the Helix users, on average, to me, tend to be less familiar with analog gear and digital gear, and so when you tell someone, oh yeah, It's funny. I look at the stuff in the Helix and I go, well, there's a Q on these and there's not a Q on the low and the high. So I know that's a shelf. Just from like deducing what they're basing this after. Right. There's nothing that would intuitively tell you that, though, unless you either read the manual or you've used other things. Right. You wouldn't even know that, like, well, what is a Q? If you don't know what a Q does,
if you don't know what a Q is,
you wouldn't know that not having a Q probably suggests this, right? And having a Q suggests it's another type of.
It's a different type of thing.
Yeah, you know. Right. So those types of things to me in the Helix have made it where it's like, you know. It is what it is. It gives you the ability, but it may not be. But now you can actually see things laid out better. And what they can do with that touchscreen just seems to be a little better. They also kind of gave you this cool thing where you tap, like you hit the amp, and then you have your controls. Mm-hmm. But if you I think it's if you long press, it now changes the display, and you kind of get all the controls. So it's like I think they're trying to do a balance between I want to up the gain, and so you just. Like you would do on the Helix, up the gain. Right. But also they're like, we can take advantage of this touchscreen, no menu diving. Like long hold, now I get all the parameters that I might not have been able to see real quick.
Yeah. And that's when the picture of the amp comes
up.
Right?
Yeah, the picture of the amp comes up. It looks like it
looks great.
It looks great, yeah.
I mean, when did the Helix come out?
10 years ago. So they announced this on the 10-year anniversary.
Yeah, so they've had a long time to figure out what's next.
I almost went. They invited me to the thing in Calabasas, and I have a company in town this week.
Good for you.
And thank you, John.
Hey, when the Stomp size one comes out, that's the one I'm getting.
Well, now a lot of people are asking that.
One.
Is there a stadium stomp? A Stompium?
Still with a touchscreen, like really small. I think that'd be great.
Because the HX Stomp isn't going anywhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
I mean, they still got it.
Yeah.
But are we going to get an HX Stomp that can somehow run?
Is it going to be called like the Club?
Yeah, the Club.
The Helix Club.
Oh, dude, Helix
They're
Club.
not big enough for a stadium tour. They're on club tour.
Yeah, sure.
Helix Amphitheater.
That really got you.
Yeah.
the bigger stadium, the XL stadium.
Oh, the stadium.
Stadium XL.
I don't know. I mean, I see what they did. I don't know. It's not for me, but not everything has to be for me.
Yeah. So a lot of people are saying this is the unit to beat. This is going to be the number one. And I would say this.
That's insane to me. But.
Really? Well, okay. To me, if I'm going to make this assumption, I'm going to make the assumption that the capture tech is in the pack. And what I mean by that is I'm going to assume they're not going to come out with the worst capture tech. I'm not going to assume they're going to come out with the best capture tech. It's going to be somewhere in there. People are going to run the null test, and they're going to go, well, it's not as good as NAMM. Right. It's not quite as good as advanced training on ToneX, but it's better than this. It's slightly better than the QC's capture tech. Right. And so then I'm going to go, okay, it's in the pack. It's in the realm of I can't tell. How could you tell the difference, right? And so then I go like, if those sounds are on this interface and with these Helix effects, I'm probably going to go this. I dig this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Am I going to feel like that's not the best out there? At that point, I'm going to tell people this. When people say to me, which I don't know anything about digital modeling, what should I get? I'll say, I think you can't go wrong if you get either the Quad Cortex or the Helix.
Yeah, the
Helix Stadium. You might have a preference in there, but
the thing is that the Quad Cortex, like you go from 0 to something you can use really quickly, right? Like the Kemper, I think, is probably the worst one, right? It's like what I think
in terms of getting a sound quickly.
Yeah, and like I think even in their manual, they have a section like, "What did I just buy?" Right, and where it's like, "What is this? How do I use it?" Because it's not and granted, like they were selling when Kemper was new, they were selling something that largely didn't exist yet, and so they were having to kind of train people at the same time. But I don't know, man. I feel like for me, the Helix has always been the most like difficult one to get a good sound out of that I want to hear.
It's tough to do it apples to apples because the Kemper, you can't have like a blank sound. Like so Fractal, QC, and Helix, you can start with a blank screen and literally you will hear your direct guitar.
Right.
The Kemper doesn't really allow you to do that. You have to have there has to be a profile.
Yeah,
and so,
I mean you can turn it all off.
You could, I guess,
Yeah.
yeah. But when you first start up the unit, you'd have to figure out how to turn it off,
Yeah.
So like, I guess that's like the presets on the other thing.
Yeah.
So hopefully,
I mean, they all start with presets.
They do, yes. And if you want to build your own on a kit, you still have to like start with like, okay, what's the best sounding? I don't know. But I do agree. There's a learning curve on the Kemper for sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
To me, why that was a good point to me was that the Helix, like you start to build your sounds. Like, which amp do I want? Which cabinet do I want? Do I want an IR? Do I want a Helix cab? Like, okay, where does the delay go? What reverb? So many decisions along the way, and it's like, was that the best decision? Could I have beat that with something else?
Right.
Versus like I get like an Arshall pack, hit 1, 2, and go gung, 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 cool.
Yeah.
I'm ready to make music. I'm ready to record. Like, it just sounds great. And it's like, do you want a
interesting,
different delay? Go grab one.
Yeah.
But like, I didn't have to. I built nothing. So I feel like now I'm trying to keep an open mind about the new Helix because I'm in the camp as you. Like, I don't think it sounds the best out of all the options, but I also don't like the modeling with an IR deal. So now that like this is a full capture, you're going to make a capture of the Plexi and put it in there. Like, I've never heard that on a Helix.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm excited for that. To be real, I'm excited
It could be
for the capture.
fantastic. Yeah.
Because I've always said modeling, I think it was great when it came out, but not good enough anymore. I think capture tech is the only way to go with digital.
Yeah.
And so I'm excited that they have it.
I remember watching this YouTuber one time who, like a long time ago, was like sitting there making the prediction that the whole world would move towards capture tech because you could produce way more sounds that were way more like tailored for genres of music and individual styles than you could if you just modeled them all.
Did he have
this-
that capture the world hashtag behind him?
Did this YouTuber have a punchable face?
Yeah, handsome gentleman, if I recall.
It's still one of my favorite things from all the years of doing this is punchable face.
Yeah, punchable face.
Very,
This guy has
very
such a
good.
punchable face.
Yeah,
That's great.
Wow.
Well, I'm excited for you to get one.
Yeah, I'm excited to get it and try it out and everything. And what do you think? Would you buy one? Is this something you would?
Like I said, I'm trying to keep an open mind because they did say this was built from the ground up. They're like, this is not built on the old Helix. This is a brand new thing.
Yeah.
So like that, I'm like, okay, well, it's like, show me how good it is now. Like, because it could be amazing. And I've always thought the effects are pretty good. Like the actual tape delay and analog delay. Those are all great. I do agree with you. You said something about the reverbs.
Yeah.
I think they could bump those up.
I do feel like I couldn't honestly say to somebody the Helix has the best reverbs out there. I think they're at best par.
Yeah.
And I'll say this: we were in this text thread. I would say this about the reverb. To me, the reverbs in the Helix are what really trails behind everything else. And it feels like they haven't really tried to improve them a ton. I think the dynamic hall is real good. I like that one a lot. But it's that one. I mean, you're that sound. I don't think there's something that sounds like a cloud. It seems like there's a couple flavors. Whereas this, I feel like this Cirrus reverb is great and the Ionosphere reverb is really good. And the presets they give you are like, this is just the tender preset. I think it sounds great.
It's fantastic. Yeah.
But the spring verb in the Helix to me there's 10 that are better out there that you can find. The hall is fine, but it's these bigger verbs that just sort of trail behind everything else. If you want ambient worship and everything, you can get by, but there's not stuff that you really rave about. That's where I'd love to see them really like take some time, do that. I think if there's one area people could be disappointed, it's that it's all the effects brought over. I think the effects are great, but I'd love to see like an upgrade with that.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, and
I'm
maybe
sure
they will.
They
Maybe
will.
they will because they've just
Yeah.
announced it.
Yeah.
So I bet right when this comes out, there'll probably be some big software upgrade
For sure.
that has like some more stuff. I hope things go. I interrupted you. Sorry. What's your?
No, I think if they get the reverbs up to where like Big Sky and like Maris stuff is, like that would be great. I really think the capturing is gonna kill the mentality of like the amps and Helix sound subpar that I hold or you hold or whatever. I do think that'll be an old conversation. Like people like us are just going to use the captures
For sure.
now,
I think so too.
It's like getting a quad cortex and just using stock, heads and cabs. Like I don't do that. Like I bring in IRs and stuff. So yeah, I think when it captures, it's a brand new Helix conversation. So like I'm interested to hear.
I think
one
so.
when we get them.
I think so too. I think it for sure is going to have like it's like a clean slate for them.
Yeah. Like, show me now what it sounds like.
Right,
Yeah, they have a
right,
Helix.
right.
Yeah.
What if it lets you? Oh, there was one other feature, but I'm not sure. There was like, you can. I guess you could do this all the time, but they were talking about, you can basically just. What was the? Oh, there was something like you can, like presets or something can now. I forget where they were saying this would apply, but you can basically record a demo clip that could follow the preset around. So if someone wants to hear was it like on the...
Oh, yeah, like it was embedded in the preset or something where you could hear a demo of it.
Yeah, and I can't even remember. It was like when they load it on, when like you load the preset on, there could be a short audio clip.
That was interesting.
Where you actually demonstrate how to use it. Like, so that if you hand someone a preset that says like ambient, they don't all of a sudden smack a chord and it's like, they're like, this sucks. But you'd all of a sudden hear someone playing something in a style and they could go, oh, okay, now I get how this is meant to be applied. Which I actually think is quite useful because when you're just looking at like the names of presets, a lot of times you have like Helix has all these names and you're like, okay, streets, I know what that is. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. And you just like get it. And what do? Hit a G chord? You're like, what is this? But imagine if you take the streets have no name sound and you just like hit an E minor. It's like,
this is the problem I have with all.
I didn't think he'd like that.
Oh my gosh!
we lost him.
I hate this. I hate this so much because listen,
That's your clip right there. That's a little clip.
I hate this so much.
I hate this so much.
I hate this so much.
Wow.
Because look, like the whole point of
you can't even speak.
the whole point of playing guitar is
to get chicks.
Is
Like you're 16
no,
again.
look, the whole point of playing guitar is to like feel something, right? And
Like a chick. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Okay.
The whole point of playing guitar is to enjoy playing something.
Like a chick.
Not oh my
God,
gosh.
please
Right.
get us out of this. Literally.
You're lost.
You stop. I'm not doing anything.
Right.
And you keep it's like an ollie.
I keep setting them up and you keep knocking them out. No, the point is not to have some like clinically perfect, I'm doing everything by the book and here's how and everything's kind of served up to you on a silver platter and like all of this. I hate that. I hate the idea and of, like ChatGPT, tell me how to feel about this thing and tell me how to use this and tell me. Everyone wants an instructional video on everything. Just freaking plug it in and see what comes out. Plug it in and see how you feel when you strum a G chord. If you don't like it, move on. And I feel like it's
Well, we could record a G chord.
It's digitizing, the worst. I don't know. It's like I'm all for digital guitar amps, like obviously, right?
Yeah.
I'm all for it. But like, I'm all for it insofar as it's in pursuit of making a tube amp fit into a digital space. Do you know what I mean?
Like this has gone too far.
Like we're in the realm of like and that's why and we're laughing about it, and it's like, okay, I can understand like, oh, but if I want to run it like I'm a stadium, and I can have Ableton do these and I can have the stems and I can have all of this. I get it. And I get like there's a good reason for all of it. I just don't like that reason. When I play guitar, I want to hear a Marshall on 10. Like that's what I want to hear. And
the hype knob up or down?
Where's the hype set?
This is my point.
I've had mine at 3. It's better at 7.
It's like you guys have heard an amp in the room on 10.
Yeah.
There's no reason. There's no need for a hype knob. It sounds freaking great.
Well,
You know what I mean?
You're a simple guy. You want
I
to
think
just be
so.
rock and
it's
roll.
like,
Yeah.
and I'm definitely the type of guy too that like I'm the type of player that like I don't use a whole lot of fancy effects. I don't even use a whole lot of like verse chorus. I just play differently during the verse.
That's how the guitar sounds.
During the verse.
Play it. Yeah.
It's
gotcha.
like you don't need a separate channel. Just don't play so hard.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Right.
What if they could automate how hard you hit the strings?
Exactly. It's
on
like
the track.
That's
and
how
it's,
I feel.
and it's
like
quantized.
Through
that's
the
how
cable.
I feel.
And
Like it's like why can't I just plug in my arm and it do it for me?
Helix arm.
Yeah.
Helix arm.
It plays for you.
I'm just like,
Or just buy your favorite guitar and let it hold it.
Yeah.
and
But
the
you're
reason,
nearby.
Yeah, and the reason
Listen
that
to
like
this new guitar I got.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah, right.
The robot.
And like the reason that James Hetfield has automated guitar switching is because he's walking around a giant stage,
and now so can you.
and he's doing
It's
stuff
like a stadium.
But
He's in a stadium.
But the whole exactly. But if you're like sitting in front of your thing and you never move, you don't need that. You don't need it. Just use something simple.
Well, I think what we're going to see is a lot more worship guitar players running around the stage, which is what everyone really needs.
That's what we all want.
That's what we
Yeah.
all wanted.
Right.
So
I'll get off my horse now. I'm sorry, but gosh.
I will say this. I do
wild.
hear what you're saying. I do think this, though. I do applaud any move. I think we have a bad trend in digital right now where accuracy is like a false good.
Yes.
And so in so much as like you said, it doesn't need a hype knob. Just let it sound like a Marshall. I do understand that, but I think that too much of that thinking has led to a lot of these platforms to me, and this is where the Kemper I think is still special. They don't have the deep editing parameters, as Kemper would call them. I notice when people make a digital version of an amp, and then I look at it and I go, well, okay, it definitely has like the stuff I'm used to in the digital world, but it doesn't have extra controls. Like then you have people online who are making videos like how to make your QC sound tighter. And then it'd be like, man, if only someone could just build in like a tight knob, right? And as a user, it's like, I maybe I don't quite understand. I'm just trying to describe what I want, and I don't really understand how to do it. But I'm still tasked with figuring out the workarounds that I would have in the analog world to sort of get a tighter sound or get a sound more like this or that. So I feel like because music is like you're saying, like there's a sensation to it, there's an emotion. Sometimes we use words that may not be the technically right word, and like the bright switch it doesn't do the same thing as the treble knob.
I think all of this is coming into focus for me.
Yeah.
Can I explain to you?
Please.
It's been a while since we've done this.
It's
I
cathartic.
didn't realize how therapeutic this is.
It's nice to.
Okay. I'm going to start by telling you guys what I've been doing and
please.
my
Yes.
thoughts on AI.
Oh, good.
Okay.
If
It
you
all
could-
came
I
into
was
If you
hoping-
could please work in EU GDP per capita.
call back.
Yes.
Call back. So I have been building a website builder. And
You're
I'm
going to say an amp modeler
No wonder you don't like the Helix.
right.
called Club,
Right. Right.
called Amphitheater.
Right. No, I've been building a new product that I plan on launching into the world. That's a website builder. And
Is this with Aaron or somebody else?
yeah, with Aaron, but like sort of 4 clients that we're servicing.
Got it.
Yeah, we took on some client work and I said to myself, okay, this is really fun, but I need to be able to build a website in one day, not a month. And so I built a tool that will help me do that. Okay. The backbone of that tool is AI. And AI finally came into focus for me. And this isn't I'm not the only person who's come to this. I'm not like super special, but here's what I figured it out. ChatGPT and Claude Sonnet and all of these AIs, they are a gas pedal.
It's not a person.
Claude is not a. Okay.
Claude's not a person.
Continue.
Yeah.
I'm good.
There's more AIs than just ChatGPT.
It's
Right.
an AI model.
Right?
Okay. Gemini.
Gemini is one, Grok is another, Claude is another, right? They all do things differently, right? Claude's really good at writing code. ChatGPT is really good at making images. ChatGPT is really fast. too, by
Grok's
the
really
way.
good at making funny images that chat won't make.
Grok is good at being kind of a drunk asshole. Anyway,
I don't know what that means, but I like it.
It's
It
good.
makes me laugh.
There's a sexy mode, and you
Yeah.
can also turn it on. There's a sexy mode and also a
it's
like unfiltered.
It's very Elon
wow.
Musk, right?
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Right.
Gotcha.
So okay. So what I realize is that AI is a gas pedal for things you already are good at, right?
Yeah.
people are pitching AI as the solution to filling some knowledge gap for you. Well, you don't know how to write code? AI can just write the code for you. You don't know how to write a pitch for an investment pitch? AI can write it for you.
Yeah.
No, it cannot, right? Because when AI spits out a bunch of Python code and you don't know how to read Python, guess what? You won't know what's wrong with it or why it's why it's security vulnerabilities or why it won't work in production or all of these things, right? And so I finally figured that out, and I've been writing so much code with the help of AI, and it's because I know exactly what to tell it to do. It's like someone said on a podcast that I listened to today, it's like putting your feet up on a desk with a junior programmer next to you, and you're just telling him what to do. And then looking at the work that he does, and you're like, no, that's not right, and I'll fix it if it's too small, or if it's small enough, whatever. Okay, so what you were saying, so AI is a gas pedal, right? It is not a knowledge gap filler, right? If you already know what a good sales pitch looks like,
it's like an accelerant.
Then AI can help you build one even faster. If you already know how to write code, AI can help you write it even faster. It cannot do things that you yourself don't know how to do because you won't know why it's good or bad or whatever. Okay, why is this important for guitar players? Because you should know what a cue is. You should know what a bright switch is. You should know what tubes sound like. You should know what these things do because it makes you a better guitar player, right? And when you can't just, it's like, okay, adding a tight knob, and some amps have a tight knob, but what does that even mean? What does a tight knob do, right? And the thing is that if you would just rely on other people to put tight knobs on, what happens when there is no tight knob? Well, guess what? You can just lower the bass a little bit.
You get a Helix.
Lower the bass a little bit, crank up the mids a little bit. Guess what? There's your tight knob. Now it's tight.
There you go.
Right? Yeah. If you don't know that, and that's the thing too, is like if you just rely on other people to serve you features on a silver platter, it's like all of these things are just derived from knobs on an amp.
Yeah, but like
just learn how to use that stuff. But so that's what I'm saying. Like we're looking to all of these technology tools to like fill some knowledge gap that we have. When it's actually better to just be really good at something and then use technology to make you go faster.
I do agree, but I do think that
That's a good speech, John.
I do like that.
I like
You gotta get out of here in 3 minutes, right?
that.
Okay. I agree with you, but let me give you the devil's advocate.
Sure.
I do think half of the pedal market is because most pedals don't have a little presence knob on them. And like in the worship world, there seems to be a desire like, I want overdrive, but I want like some chime, and I want a little bit. And so you see drive sometimes, they're like, well, here's like a mix. And you bring in a little of that like clean, and you get some of that cleaner high end, and it's like, oh, it's like transparent, or you get, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then the Morning Glory comes out, and literally it's just a cap in there. That's like, it's a blues breaker with some tweaks, but it's really that there's like a cap that lets it feel kind of like a brighter, chimier thing. And so
I get that.
And so all I'm saying is there's a little bit of like, man, if there's an engineer at line 6 at Kemper at Helix who kind of sees that trend and knows that people are saying it's good, this one's a little more chimey, and they can sort of just dial in a knob, whether it's the presence or the chime or clarity, and it doesn't just, the presence might be, boom, it's grabbing this frequency and bringing it up at a set cue, right? And so, but they can just say, okay, as I roll this chime up, it's first going to just bring up like a shelf that just brings up these frequencies here. But as it gets to a certain point, it could be too much. So then these frequencies actually start to, they stand still, and the other frequencies start to go a little more, and I even scoop out a little mids. And it just gives you a sensation of, oh wow, it sounds more chimey. And the genius of that is like, that person kind of took the words, the 1,000 words that's out there on the internet, and they really made the picture out of it. They really got, and then you as a user just get to stand back and go, wow. Much in the same way that like your Marshall, as you just keep turning the gain up, it's like, what's happening? It's like, well, the bass is going up, but the feedback is going up, it's just getting louder. And so there's a little bit of that, where that's what I'm saying is missing. But I agree with you, there is no substitute for figuring out what it is you're trying to get, and knowing what a cue does, and when you say tightness, how to do that.
Because there's like this paradox, right? This paradox of like John Mayer, on stage with all of his gear sounds like John Mayer.
Yeah.
But also John Mayer in a club with almost no gear still sounds like John Mayer.
Yes.
And it's like, why? Because he is an expert at getting his sound.
Yeah.
And he can get very close to it or exactly it with whatever you give him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that's what I mean. It's like, and actually the knowledge that you have of like, oh, when I do this, I can hear. How do you know what the clarity knob is doing? Because you can actually hear what's happening as you turn it. That's what they say, mix with your ears, not with your eyes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's like, that's the thing. It becomes more fun. It's actually more fun to play with all of this stuff when you know what it's doing and why you like something over something else, not just because it is, what everyone says it's supposed to be. So, I don't know. That's my whole thing. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm thinking about these days, just in everything. And it kind of, I don't know, the Helix thing struck a nerve, but
I can't wait for you to hear it and play it and like revisit this conversation. It's like, did it deliver on that stuff, or was it actually over the top and like too?
Yeah, I mean, I hope. Because
we don't know.
I'm very confident that it will produce an excellent sound. There was times where I was like dialing in stuff and I had headphones on and I was dialing in stuff in the Helix and I was like, man, this actually sounds really good, right? It took a lot of work and expensive plugins and not trivial setups to get there. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It wasn't built into the Helix. I made it sound like that with, you know what I mean, third-party stuff.
Yeah.
But, so I'm excited for it. Overall. I won't use all of the stem splitter on it, but I've never used a stem splitter in my life for anything.
You know what I did? I used a stem splitter for this video I did about worship tone. I'm about to make another one, and all I did was I pulled the audio off the live stream, threw it in a stem splitter, grabbed my guitar, and turned my guitar up.
That's crazy.
And then I was like, here, now I can show you a clip, and we can talk about my guitar tone. Because I was just like,
make your own mix.
Yeah, because I was like, I want more level, and I didn't record it there, and I was trying to talk about, hey, listen to this chorus I put on, and it's like you can hear it, but I'm like, but
you know what I used to do?
The keys right now.
Turn it
up, man.
You know what I used to do when I wanted to play guitar? I would take the speaker jack from the stereo and pull it halfway out. Did you ever experience that?
Wait, what? You would do?
It like messes with the placement of it, right?
It would like, if you put the stereo jack or if you put the jack for the actual speaker like halfway in, it would only do like one of the, I don't know, there was it was like missing bass or something.
Sure.
And then you could play along with it and it would like
stem splitter.
It was the original stem splitter.
Wow.
Just halfway out.
Audio like not working properly.
Yeah, just totally. Yeah. It was like out of phase, or it was like something did. It was like a phase or something, and it just like cut out half the frequencies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you can.
That was that was the original stem.
That's wild.
That is wild. All right, well, guitar friends, this has been fun. We didn't even talk about this. I got a sparkly Jaguar from CME. Maybe we'll talk about that on the next one. Came with no bar. I looked everywhere in the box.
lame.
There was no bar.
So stupid.
So dumb.
There's a spot for it.
I know. So I think it was definitely missing.
Yeah.
So, but I have free online lessons from Fender.
You should ask him if you could trade that sticker for a bar. Can I send this sticker back to you?
Can I trade the free online things for a bar, please?
Free offline bar.
So
that's what I want.
I'm into that.
Next time.
But next time
on Guitar Friends.
All right, Guitar Friends. This has been, I think, episode 60-ish.
We're not committing to it.
And here we go.
Are we going to do this more?
Yeah, I'd like to do it more. I'm glad to be back. Glad to be back.
There was at least 9 people asked for us to do an episode. So.
At least 9 people. People were asking if Sooze was alive.
Yeah.
What did I do with him?
So sad. We're fine. Everything's fine.
I'd be doing videos right here, right? Like I'm doing a video, and it'd be like, "Where is Sooze?" And a couple times I answered, and it'd be, I answered in the middle of the night, like, probably in bed.
Sleeping.
Probably, I don't know.
Well, the last time I was in that room working on presets.
Yeah, right.
And I was like, I can't go out yet.
Sometimes right behind that door.
Yeah.
You know?
Crazy. All right.
All right. I've been HW.
I've been Sooze.
Still John too.